Hello, everybody. I'd like to present this last calculus-based assignment that I like to call the last lesson, How to Study Blank. And I came up with this title several years ago when I created this assignment because I was thinking about one of my favorite graduation gifts that I got when I graduated from high school. I got a book called The Last Lecture, and it's a book that I like to give as like graduation gifts. And it's a really nice book that's about overcoming adversity and teaching, some valuable life lessons in the book. So if you're looking for an inspirational book right now, at this point in your life and this time in your life, it's a really good book to check out. But speaking of book, we're going to be creating our own calculus textbook and some advice in there on how to study different topics that we have covered in second semester calculus. We had a similar one for the first semester calculus, and the basic concept is that you're going to be choosing a topic of your choice. So I am fine with whatever topic on this list that you choose. So I'd like you to fill out a proposal on Google form. It will just be one practice point. By the end of the day on Thursday, today, 4/30th. And then a week from now, by the end of the day, Thursday, May 7th, I'd like you to submit your product to rbenzel@huronhighschool.org. So my hope is that you'll send it to my email, so that way I can kind of look through and post it to the Haiku page. So, since we are in e-learning, I think one of the blessings of e-learning is that it allows us to experiment with different modes and platforms. Whereas in previous years, I always did this assignment in paper form. So if you think about the textbook section that you created for the final exam review last semester, you wrote it on a piece of paper. So I'm going to give that option for people who may not have the technology access or may not have the desire to experiment with technology. After all, the content is very important. So option one would be the old school paper form where you write, some theorem and definitions, and then write some easy examples, harder examples, step-by-step instructions. So what you would do is you would take screenshots of your papers and then just send them to my email, or you could scan them as well. Option two is the PowerPoint presenter. So what that would entail would be that you would create a PowerPoint on that topic, and there is actually on PowerPoint like a microphone type of button. There's a capability where you can record yourself as you are presenting, and you would just save the PowerPoint presentation with the sound icon, and then that way when I open it up or your other students in the class open it up, we can hear you as you are presenting. Option three is an option that I would kind of love to see people take in here, and this is kind of testing waters for future iterations of this project. And I like to call this, Can You Beat Khan at His Own Game? So right now, I'm creating this video with a program called Screencast-O-Matic. So Screencast-O-Matic creates free videos that are up to 15 minutes long. And it's basically like a screen sharing type of thing that records you while you are speaking. So I'm speaking right now on my iPad, and then I use like a stylus and write on my iPad as I'm speaking to you. So that's one option. And up to 15 minutes, it's free each time. So I actually never go beyond the 15 minutes. I don't see the need to. I just chunk them into smaller videos. So I think that 15-minute free method is plenty cheap and good. Also, you could use iMovie or something like that. Maybe you have an easel at home or like a little whiteboard type of thing, and you could actually create, with an iMovie type of thing on your iPad or the like on a Chrome device or a Windows device. You can experiment with that. And some of you, I think, are pretty skilled at like audio-visual type of productions and may even have better ideas than me. So I would love it if there'd be at least a few people in here that could experiment with that. And I think it would be really cool. Actually, we actually already kind of had some really, really good videos, like back when I recorded a lot of your optimization presentations. And those optimization presentations that we did in class, they were particularly effective at treating that material. You can kind of see the topic list right below. So the topic list is basically any 3-point and 4-point topics. So those derivative methods, mean value theorem, extreme value theorem, optimization, your favorite integral method is good. Maybe you're the boss at U substitution, solving differential equations. So those are just some topics that we can kind of take a look at. When I'm grading you, there are 3 things that I'm going to be looking for. Theorems and definitions. So I should be able to see, are there sufficient definitions on there? And I'm looking that they're present. And if you want to be innovating and get sort of at A+ level, I'm looking for relation to other topics too, and kind of organically developing them in your own style of explanation. Worked out examples. So the evidence column is kind of what I'm looking at. If you're checking most of those boxes, you're going to get mastered or innovating. So I'm looking for, nice organic treatments of how the examples work. So if you think about like some of those better optimization presentations that we saw in class before the e-learning stuff happened, that's what you can kind of have in mind. And then there's the overall clarity of presentation. So, what's the overall assessment of your presentation? So that's going to be 9 points in total, plus the 1 point in the planning form for a grand total of 10 even points for this assignment. If you have any questions or about ideas or anything, I'm going to have a space in my Google form where I can look at your questions, or better yet, you could even email me or pop into one of the virtual office hours for that. With that being said, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can create. Thank you very much.